Hey guys, Tim Little here with Tacticalbassin. It's late summer, early fall. Grass is starting to die off, and it's one of my favorite times to throw big Texas rigs. Um, what I want to talk to you guys about today is when to peg and when not to peg your weight. So for those of you guys that don't know what a Texas rig is, it's a way to rig your bait. Um, you use a offset hook, run it through the bait, turn it back on itself, and then re-hook it into the body, and kind of skin hook your plastic back over your hook, and boom, weedless. So what is pegging a weight? The ways you can peg a weight, a lot of guys use toothpicks. They use something they can wedge in the face of the weight so it won't slide on the line. But every tackle shop sells bobber stops, the basic red, yellow, black ones. These ones are actually paycheck baits. So there's a couple different brands, but any tackle shop will have them. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is when to peg your weight and when not to peg your weight. See the difference? Free sliding and pegged. So let's start off with pegging. One of the major benefits to pegging your weight is when you're fishing heavy vegetation. When you need your bait to get down through something, if it's wood or thick grass, something like that, with the weight right up to the face of the bait pegged, you're going to get more momentum and carry that bait through that vegetation. One of the things about pegging your weight is it makes the bait a lot more responsive to your rod tip action. What I mean by that, say you're fishing a rock pile or you're fishing through wood or something. With your weight pegged, when you lift your rod tip, the bait's going to move immediately. So it's a lot harder to get your bait stuck or snagged, if you will, in like rock or wood with a pegged weight, because you can feel it better and you can move it quicker. It's also a bigger bait, so it's harder to get this whole thing snagged. Whereas something like this, where your bait is free floating and your weight's down in the rock, it gets wedged while your bait's up here. You lift your rod tip, all that does is slide the bait through, and it's not as responsive. So if you're fishing like rock piles or riprap or grass, I highly recommend pegging your weight. A lot of guys they fish Texas rig, but most guys don't fish both styles. They don't fish pegged or unpegged. They'll either do one or the other, and I'm guilty of that too. I used to always fish a pegged weight, but there's some definite benefits to fishing an unpegged weight. One of the areas, let's backtrack. So open water. If I'm fishing like open water, boat docks, pilings, something where I'm not fishing through structure, this is how I'll rig my Texas rig. And the benefits to this, the bait falls slower. This weight's not pegged, so it's the weight's going to fall, and this is going to fall more naturally. When the fish do bite it, they don't feel the actual weight of the weight because the weight's down here. So they suck up the bait and they pull it. They don't feel the resistance of that half-ounce, three-quarter weight that they would if you had it pegged. So, like I said, a lot of guys, they fish a Texas rig. They either do it one way or the other, but there's definitely benefits to both. The unpegged is a lot more natural. It's more forgiving when you're fishing through just open water and stuff like that. But the pegged weight is really good for fishing structure, fishing vegetation. So go out and play around. Like I said, it's late summer, early fall. There's a lot of grass dying. You can get those isolated grass clumps, those mats and stuff, and you can fish a nice big brush hog or a big worm around those things and get some of those key bites that will win you that TOC or that boat. So hope you guys like the video. Hope this helps for those guys that don't know what a Texas rig is. I hope that kind of sheds a little bit of light onto it. Pegging, and it's a simple concept. It's overlooked, and it can definitely help you out. So good luck out there, guys.
As hard as you can. So it's hard for a lot of guys to transition from that powerful hook set, heavy braided line down to just a really finesse movement to get the frog to walk, but that's so important. So for me, I like a shorter rod. I generally use a 7'3" to a 7'6". For me, that's a short rod. For other people, they might want a 7-footer or something else. But a 7'3" seems to be perfect.